Kind of dramatic, right? I'm just gonna be straightforward here. Take a breath. I think that's the message this time. And I'm saying take a breath, not take a break, which to me are completely different things because um the idea of taking a break means to have some free time to completely set your mind aside or to completely kind of focus on a different thing or to get out of the daily routine or stuff like that. And it's necessary. I do not, I'm not saying it's not necessary. It's completely necessary. And I definitely have those at least once a year, maybe twice. Um, Usually kind of going back to my hometown. But today's message is take a breath, which is different because it's shorter. You don't need to kind of program onto or to create a full plan of going on vacations or going somewhere else out of the city or maybe to go anywhere else or even to plan your own rest, which it's tireful as it is, like just by itself trying to plan that out. No, the idea of taking a breath is to be able to have um, a little moment within each day or at least once per week, as at least just once per week, a moment, maybe a couple of hours, a couple of minutes, as much as you need. I will say that sometimes even a full day it's necessary because that's an expanded and a more extensive breath maybe, but still necessary. Um, that's just you trying to focus on anything else that's not your daily routine. And once again, I'm not saying about planning something. I'm speaking like reading a book, maybe a fictional book, or listening to music, but truly listening to music, not just have it on the background while you are doing something else. No, 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 no. I'm speaking about truly sit yourself or lay down and listen to the music. Feel the lyrics, feel the instruments, truly connect with with the song that you're listening or the album or the artist wherever. That's the idea. Take a breath, right? And as I've been saying in the last couple of videos, this actually works as a reminder to myself as well. Because, well, I kind of forced myself to do this lately because I've been doing a lot of projects and I've been changing the directions and taking some important decisions, making important decisions on my businesses, on my projects, mostly about my partners as well. And within all of that struggle, within all of those important decisions happening every single day, and kind of constant action, I will say, um, I usually forget about truly taking a break. And taking a break, as I'm saying, it's more expanded and probably more extensive thing. So what I can do is to take a breath, to have one day or to have a moment in a specific day, maybe a full morning or a full afternoon, whatever, in which I just say, between these hours, I am not going to think about my projects. I am not going to think about my um, about the work I'm doing, about the things that I am kind of trying to earn some money or stuff like that, or about the documents I need to create, etc., etc. my point is to be focusing just those hours on something completely different. Something completely different. And in a way, that's kind of um it's a way to create your own hobby at the same time, but it's not, I'm not saying this with the purpose of you trying to find your own hobby. I have several, to be honest, but that's not the point here. I'm not trying to tell you you should find your passion and your hobby. That's not the point. Just have a couple of minutes, just having a couple of hours among the weeks in which you can truly set your mind aside. And and I will say, and I think this is an interesting concept to work on. Um, in those moments, you could definitely practice your own attention. I've been kind of struggling with this lately as well because of this entire social media crisis and the battle of attention and all those stuff. Which is very ironic because I'm uploading a video and I guess I'm kind of fighting in this war as well. But the full point of this is me telling you, and telling myself as well, to find those moments in which you can erase everything else from your mind and you can truly focus on that particular action that you're doing. So I go back to the example. Let's put listening to music as an example. I love this because I love music. I love to be able to connect with songs and to fully interpret the lyrics and to understand what the artist was trying to communicate, and hopefully I get some somehow related with some part of the lyrics or some part of the instrumental part of it. And music, it's a big concept because I will argue, and if I should have to bet, I will definitely bet that most of the people that are definitely watching this, and me as well, we are kind of used to to put music as a background while we are working, while we are chatting, even, I mean, while we're playing or while doing anything else. Even sometimes when we are in a meeting, we have music as a background. And to be able to set everything aside, to just sit or just lay down and to listen to the music and not to think anything else but just the sound that you're listening. I think that's just, it's beautiful, and it's quite a challenge. It's quite a challenge. I mean, back in the days, years ago, that was literally a full plan by itself to just put the record and just to sit in the middle of the room and listen to the music and nothing else. That was a full plan back in the days, and I don't see why it isn't nowadays, because music, it's powerful. It's a complete powerful action, and as an activity, it's very deep, I should say. So that's just one of examples. You can pick whatever you want. It could be reading a book, just playing a game if you want that. If I will have to maybe give some piece of advice or kind of create a challenge, try not to do it about being on social media, watching videos, or being on Instagram just scrolling around. Please try not to do that, because, I mean, yeah, sure, you're kind of spending time, but your mind is not really resting. You're not relaxing. And more importantly, not just your mind, but your eyes as well. I mean, we are in front of screens every single day, mostly the entire day. And to keep on doing that, even in the moments that you're supposed to be resting, it's simply gonna make it worse, honestly. That's why I've been like setting aside everything, just erasing the social media and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just my recommendation, just a suggestion. If you want, you can take it, but hopefully it makes sense to you as well. But yeah, that's the message. Like, take a breath, just take a moment in the week to put your mind into one simple action. And I want to emphasize that simple action that may look simple to you. It might be stretching. For some people, it's doing the complete exercise. I will say simply stretching for 15 minutes. That's a lot, actually. That helps not only your mind but also your body. um, Maybe playing some instrument if you're like me. Just play or kind of reconnect with the instrument that you used to play or that you are playing or that you're learning. Those sort of things. Like, it's important to have those moments among the weeks, because otherwise you're gonna burn yourself very quickly. And I will say that the most important part about burnout is not just the energy, it's not just to be kind of in a low down motivation, it's your mind state. It's the fact that you're probably not gonna make the correct decisions, or you won't be able to have a wide perspective of the things that are going on in your own life because you're burned out. And I say that from experience. Now, I'm not saying I'm completely healed from that I have fixed my life. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. But it's definitely something important to have into consideration. So, yeah, take a breath. Take a breath. Not everything has to be as quick as we intended to be, probably. And this is something that I said it to myself as well, because I'm trying to convince myself of it. There's no hurry. There's nothing to hurry about. There's nothing to be so in a rush. You have time. There is time. There are some urgencies as well. Not gonna deny that. But there is time. And if you're going in the right direction, things will settle somehow. Or at least that's how I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to convince myself, in a way. Now, that doesn't mean that you should stop action. Of course, action will keep on going. That's for sure. But just take a breath every once in a while, so you don't get all burned out and waste all of your energy. So yeah. Um, Take a breath. Hope you have a beautiful week. Hope you have a beautiful rest. And yeah. If you still around, see you in the next time, I guess.